In this chapter, Saul's private calling becomes official. So Samuel anoints him, gives him signs, and eventually presents him to Israel. Though Saul's response shows signs of security and hesitation, alright? The first part of this chapter covers Saul is anointed. Samuel privately anoints Saul with oil and kisses him, saying, "Has not the Lord anointed you ruler over his inheritance?" This marks the divine appointment. God has chosen Saul as king, not man. Second part of the chapter covers Samuel predicts three signs. To confirm God's call, Samuel gives Saul three very specific signs he'll experience that day. First one is two men will tell him the donkeys are found and his father is now worried about him. Second, he will meet three men going to worship and they will offer him bread. Third, he'll encounter a group of prophets and he himself will prophesy and be changed into a different person, okay? Do whatever your hand finds to do, for God is with you. These signs are meant to confirm God's spirit is truly on Saul. Let me see if it's recording. Okay, it's recording. We're all good. The third part of this chapter covers the signs are fulfilled. Everything happens exactly as Samuel said. When Saul meets the prophets, the Spirit of God comes upon him and he begins to prophesy. People are shocked. Is Saul also among the prophets? This becomes a sign. This becomes a saying in Israel because Saul wasn't known to be spiritual. It was evidence of divine transformation. Okay, so the fourth part of the chapter covers Saul returns home but keeps quiet. Saul's uncle asks where he went and what Samuel said. Saul mentions the donkeys were found but says nothing about the kingship. This could be humility or uncertainty. Either way, Saul hides the truth. Okay, the fifth part of the chapter covers Saul was chosen publicly by Lot. Samuel gathers all Israel and conducts a public selection by casting lots. Okay, the tribe of Benjamin is chosen, then the clan of Matri, and then Saul, son Kish. Then Saul, son of Kish, right? But Saul is missing. They find him hiding among the baggage. Samuel says, "Here is the man the Lord has chosen." The people shout, "Long live the king!" Saul has been privately anointed, spiritually changed, and now publicly chosen, yet he's hiding. Okay? So the sixth part of the chapter covers Samuel writes the rules of kingship. Samuel explains the regulations for kingship, likely based on Deuteronomy 17, and writes them down. Even the king is under God's law, not above it, okay? So the seventh part of this chapter covers mixed reactions. Some valiant men follow Saul, whose hearts God had touched. But some troublemakers mock him, saying, "How can this guy save us?" Saul keeps silent and doesn't retaliate, okay? The people are divided. Saul is now king, but not yet fully embraced by all. So what are the key lessons from 1 Samuel's chapter 10? The first one is, God often calls quietly before revealing publicly. Saul was anointed in private before being announced to the nation. Second lesson, God confirms his calling with clarity, okay? So the signs were detailed and fulfilled exactly, showing this was truly from God. Third lesson, insecurity can hinder calling. Saul hides when chosen. Fear and doubt can cloud even a divine appointment. Fourth lesson, God's chosen leaders are still under his law. So the king was not above God, but accountable to him, right? So the first Samuel chapter 10 is Saul's transition from ordinary man to king. So he receives God's spirit, fulfills prophetic signs, and is publicly chosen. But his hesitation foreshadows future struggles. God has given Israel a king, but the real test will be how Saul leads, okay? If you enjoyed this chapter, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I see you in the next one.